Hello, everybody. Welcome to Friday, February 26, 2021. It's the last day of the school days for February because next week we're going to be in March already, if you can believe that. So let's take a look at what we are going to be doing today on this last Friday of February. We're doing day 2 of our Monster Mania activity, so make sure you do your bell ringer, but without further ado, we're going to jump into day number 2. And what you're going to do on day number 2 is we got to figure out what the baby is going to be. So out of your Punnett squares that you did the other day, that would be these things right here, your beautiful Punnets, all the beauty ones. Each one of them is going to be a number. And you're going to do our 4-sided dice, which you can get a 4-sided dice by clicking this link. And when you roll it, the number that you roll determines what Punnett square you are going to be picking for your kid. You'll roll it for every trait, so you're going to roll it 9 times, one for each one of your Punnett squares. And that is what your baby is going to be. So let's say you roll it, and just pop it up here. Oh, and we got a 4. Actually, it should be the triangle. So click on the one that's a 4-sided one there. There's a 3. So that means it would be this corner. And let's say we were dealing with the body shape. It would be whatever went into this bottom corner spot for that. You'll roll it again for the next Punnett. And roll it again for the next Punnett. Where you put all this information of what your baby is going to be is in this chart for your baby phenotype and genotypes. So when you select for your baby, you'll put the baby geno, which are your letters in there, and then figure out what that actually makes. Remember, you made the traits, so if you need to refresh yourselves on what you made, they are back here on slide number, slide number 5 is where it's all back to. So you can figure out what your combos make. Remember that 2 of them were the weird genetics, so don't forget about that for color of body and for the shape of the teeth. Those were 2 weird genetic ones, so make sure that you're paying especially close to those as far as what the baby inherits. And then you'll get your phenotypes, and then what you're finally going to do is you're going to make a monster family portrait. So you're going to draw Mama and Papa and Baby Monster so that we can see all the traits that they possessed in all their glory. Because you created this monster, so let's take a look to see what you actually created out of it. So you can do this drawing on paper, you can do it using one of your apps, but you need to have all 3 of your monsters shown. Your Mama Monster, your Papa Monster, and your Baby Monster, and you can put your lovely portrait on this final screen here. So make sure they got all their correct traits, though. I don't want to be seeing dominant traits when it should be recessive. So make sure that you draw them according to what you said. So hopefully you didn't give yourself something crazy like a billion eyeballs or something, because that's going to be pretty hard to draw. If you did that, you don't really have to put 1,000 eyeballs down. Just put a bunch of them, because I'm not going to count a billion eyeballs on a monster. But you're going to give a drawing of each one of them there. Going on with it. So your monsters go here. When you're all said and done with that, then you submit it, and we are done with day number 2. You've created your monster family. You decided what baby monster was, and everything is good to go for a Friday. If you have any questions, do not hesitate to ask, but that is it. You did a lot of the big work on Thursday up front. Now you get to reap the rewards of finding out what your baby is and giving it a nice little color coding job and making a picture of your family. So with that being said, if you do have any questions, make sure that you email me up. Otherwise, I hope to see you back here next week, because next week is the last week of the 3rd quarter. So I'll make sure that you're here and able to enjoy some of that stuff. We got a Leadership Academy coming up next Wednesday, and then we have that Friday fun day, half day, coming up at the end of the quarter. So hopefully you've been keeping up with all your work, that you'll get to enjoy that, because if you haven't been, you're going to be spending that half day getting caught up in your work. So make sure that all your work is current and up to date as possible there. But without further ado, I hope that you are back with us next week and that you're still not knocked out quarantining. But I will see you later. Bye.